All right. So I don't know. So I keep it a little bit. Can y'all hear me? Okay. I don't know what was going on. Yeah, Salaki. So um okay. There we go. Yeah, Salaki. So all right. Yeah, so the title of this lesson is Seeing the Unseen. All right, seeing the unseen, man. Because the men of the Lord, you know, they see things that the rest of the world can't see. You know what I'm saying? They see things that the rest of the world can't see, and you know that's why they're called the men of the Lord. They're near unto Yahawah YAHWSHI. See, the men of the Lord can see YAHWSHI coming. When we first woke up, when we got dressed with Yahawah YAHWSHI, we got dressed with him. That his wisdom surrounded us, and it was in our every thought. You know what I'm saying? And it entered our minds, and it started to sup with us. That was when we started to view. You know what I mean? We started to view things for what they really are and view things for what they is on every scale, from the least to the greatest, man. You know what I'm saying? So and shalom to everybody tuning in. You know what I mean? So uh the men of the Lord, man, it's like they got X-ray vision through everything, man. They got the eyesight, they got the power to see through things, man. Okay. Uh and it's so beautiful because again, the men of the Lord can pinpoint. They be on point with conversations. You know what I mean? They literally see the unseen. You know why? Because it goes back to the pit point of of the poles, if you will, which supports that with his faith and works. Man, the men of the Lord, they're love is an action word, right? So in order for me to get close to somebody like I want to, I have to put the work in and the effort in to you know what I mean, to build that relationship, to build that foundation, that chemistry, if you will, man. It takes work. You know what I'm saying? So uh that's why the men of the Lord can see the unseen. See that we're telling people that this is about to happen in the world, that this prophecy is about to take place, and the people look past it, they shun us and so forth, which is cool. It's just because they can't see. They can't see beyond the physical. They can't see from a spirit with a spiritual eye. They can't see the things uh, uh, that are that are in the different world, the spiritual things of life, man. That's why people is okay with eating seedless fruit. You know what I'm saying, or etc. Man, that's why they're okay with Esau's system, because they don't know life. They don't know the things or nothing outside of this realm, which means they don't know Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWSHI, man. Yahawah YAHWSHI. Okay, so the spiritual man, he judgeth all. Okay, and the reason why he can judge it, because he see both sides. Okay, he can see the unseen, and only the unseen is who YAHWSHI is dealing with, man. Okay, when you go to go to Hebrews 11. This is Hebrews 11:6. It says, "Without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High, Yahawah YAHWSHI, must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him." Right. So it says that you must not. It's not. It's an option. You must believe that he is. You think Noah was going to be building an ark for 120 days if he didn't think Yahawah YAHWSHI were who they were, who they are? You know what I'm saying? If he didn't believe, he had to build it to every increment, detail, and measurement on that ark to the T. If one measurement was off, he wouldn't have made it. He wouldn't have survived the flood. That's us building these houses, these spiritual houses, men being those spiritual blocks, being fitly framed and tight and knitted together, man, through the foundation, that cornerstone, YAHWSHI, man. Yo, that it's a precise build, man. Okay, and we it's so precise that we had to, in order to build it, it's the only makes sense for those the master builders, all right, the builders in this building block, if for this third temple, if you will, they had to see things that other people couldn't see. You see, they had a blueprint, like architect when he designs a building. Like I went to school, I was in the arts department, right? Graduated BFA, right, in art and drawing, 2D, you know what I'm saying? But I took a lot of them classes. At first I was gonna do architect, this is years ago, man. All right, like 11 years ago, you know what I'm saying? But I was gonna take architect, or I was gonna take architecture, and at first and then it was graphic design. But when you're in an architect building, you have people that have to come up with a structure, a formula to make this building stand and be sturdy and strong enough to hold people in a lot of building wear, all right, armory, if you will, like the parts, the weight of the parts, and all the stuff that's gonna go into the building and not collapse. It got to be able to withstand amount of pounds on different angles and different areas of the building so that the building won't collapse. So they have to go in and they have to precisely, come up with measurements and angles and so forth accordingly, man. So the ones that come up with it ultimately, right, it was the reason why the architect get paid the most money, all right, even though he don't build the building, okay, he designs the building. It's because he had to come up with a precise measurement that was the most pivotal and most important part to the build. So that means he has that position, that job, because he's seen something that everybody else that was involved with it could not see. You see what I'm saying? And he had to have the faith. You know what I'm saying? It says he must believe that he had to have that 100% faith, okay, in what he was doing. So we have to approach this thing like that too, okay? Because if you don't, the Lord is not going to allow you to see things that the ones that's in His circle can see, like the MOTB, okay, the race, the uproars of the people, the seditions and the insurrections that's coming in the near future. All right, the Jacob's trouble that's going to intensify. WW3. These are things that we can see. Like, not just tell you about, but we can actually visualize, and we've had visions and dreams, and we can actually visualize right now. As talking about, we can visualize this place as a lake of fire, man. We can visualize the screams and the blasphemies that, like it says in Revelation 16, that the Lord is going to bring into this place. And we can visualize these things. We can also visualize the salvation and the redemption of a people, man. His elect. We can see the chariots coming in with the lasers, YAHWSHI coming out the air, him and his appearance, his garment on. But we can see these things, bro. The rest of the world is not thinking like this. They can't see this, man. So it seems crazy when we talk like this. So we must believe that He is. We have to believe, and that's what the Lord requires of us: 100% of worship, man. In terms of sincerity, right? Real quick, I want to go to this. This is now this. I'm gonna just breeze through this because the point is all the way down to the 21st verse. It's different accounts and different things going on from the first verse to the 21st verse, but it's so beautifully laid out until what we're going in right now. This is the transfiguration, as it says here, but it's important to the message that the Spirit is trying to convey right now. So Lord willing, this makes sense. This is Matthew 17:1. Just gonna breeze through this. And after 6 days, YAHWSHI taketh Peter, James, and John, his brother, bringeth them up into an high mountain apart, right? Away from everybody, and was transfigured before them. So YAHWSHI transfigured himself, okay, right? He's gonna explain it. And his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. Okay. First of all, as we started off, it said Yahawashi took them to a mountain apart from society, right, from everybody else, and then he showed unto him, and then he showed unto them himself. So that's like when Yahawashi talks about Matthew 6 and other places throughout the scriptures. We are to, wisdom make of a man face to shine, as it says in Ecclesiastes 8, and other places. It talks about us praying in secret, doing the things that we need to do behind closed doors, so that when we're in the face of men, the doctrine is shining, the gospel is shining, okay, through the work that was put in behind closed doors. All right. And that's what you see here going on. It was behind, apart from everybody, and then Yahawashi revealed another form of himself unto the prophets, man. Okay, and that's what we're reading right now. Okay, see, again, behind closed doors, the prophets were seeing things that other people was not able to see. Yahawashi took them apart, all right, on a high mountain apart from everybody else, and then he revealed something unto them that so the rest of society could not see. And we're gonna, and Yahawashi himself is gonna tell no this vision to no man, because only the ones that are truly embedded in Yahawashi, they're gonna only be the ones to see the unseen, man. Okay, and it says and was transfigured behind them. It's like Matthew 17:2, and was transfigured before them. Let me get this word transfigured just for edification. Let's see what it say. Metamorpho, right? It says to change into another form, right? Right. To transform, it says Hamashiach appearance was changed and was resplendent with divine brightness on the mount. Right. So, and you're gonna see why the definition is the way it is and why that word is there. Let's go back. And behold, Matthew 17, 3, 2 again, and was transformed, right, transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, right, with complete wisdom, right, brightness. And his raiment was white as the light. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias talking with them. Salaki, I forget what that goes into, but I believe, my man, it's true when you don't constantly go over, you forget things, but Moses is supposed to represent the law, right? And I believe Elias is supposed to represent the new covenant. I believe, I could be wrong. If it come back to me, I do a correction video on that part. But that's what that's going into. That's why you see Moses and Elias, the new covenant, right, and the law, all right, which Moses represented the law, and Yahawashi, which is the salvation. So they're seeing three figures. So Yahawashi was representing, that salvation and everything else. Okay, that connection between the law and everything. Moses being the law, Elias being the new covenant, and Yahawashi is that bridge, that gap, which he stood between them. And you saw every in the three figures, right? So Yahawashi is literally that way. He literally is the way until the Lord, until Yahweh. It says Matthew 17:4, and then answered Peter and said unto Yahawashi, Lord, it is good for us to be here. If thou wilt, let us make here three tabernacles. So again, see, look, now pay attention. They thought they saw three men. Remember, Moses, Yahawashi, Elias. So, but they was not really even there. It says one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elias. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed. Now, I believe it's another account of this, if I'm not mistaken, it because it goes into it says while I yet, I believe on on a verse 4, it says it says one for thee, one for Moses, and one for Elias. I believe in one of the accounts it says not knowing what they said, or something like that, because what I mean, they thought they saw three men, but it was only Yahawashi. Okay, well that specific account. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, let me do it like this. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Is it 9 and 33? Let me see. Bear with me. I just want to prove that real quick. If I can't find it, you just look it up on your own. So they put, look, let's go to Luke 9 real quick. No, it's like a computer glitching. Luke 9. Let's go to that real quick, and then all right. So this is Luke 9, and no, that's not it. Salaki. All right, I don't know. They bugging. Let's go here. Let's go to cross reference real quick. Because on one version it talks about them not knowing what they said. You know what I'm saying? Because it's three figures. Okay, which again was Moses, YAHWSHI, and Elias. Okay. See. Yeah. Oh, it is Luke 9. Yeah, it is Luke 9. This is verse 33. It says, and it came to pass as they departed from him, Peter said unto YAHWSHI, Master, it is good for us to be here, and let us make 3 tabernacles, one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elias, not knowing what he said. So there you go. The water Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWSHI. So they didn't know what they said because again, they thought it was 3 men, but it was only YAHWSHI. So verse 5, while he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, chariot. And behold, a voice out of the cloud, Yahweh, which said, This is my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. And when the disciples heard it, they fell on their face and were so afraid. YAHWSHI came and touched them and said, Arise and be not afraid. And when they had lifted up their eyes, they saw no man yet save YAHWSHI only, again, because it was only YAHWSHI, right? But they were seeing the unseen, man. All right, they were seeing things that the rest of the world was not seeing, and that's this truth. The prophets and the believers, they hear the truth, they see it, they visualize, they feel it. They're seeing things that the world is not seeing. Yeah, you got truthers out here, and you know what I'm saying, because of what the prophets put out. So the people are starting to see certain things, but they don't see the this truth for what it is, the totality of what this truth is about, man. You see, the 144,000 and a large multitude of men, women, and children, the believers of our nation, they see the unseen, man. It says in Matthew 17 and 9, and as they came down from the mountain, YAHWSHI charged them, saying, Tell the vision to no man until the Son of Man be risen again from the dead. Right? YAHWSHI said, Tell the vision to no man. Meaning, right, they were seeing, again, they saw what other men cannot see. All right, it says, and his disciple asked him, saying, Why then say the scribes then that Elias must first come? YAHWSHI answered them and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come and restore all things. But I say unto you that Elias has come already, and they knew him not. Right, again, but I have done unto him whatsoever they listed, likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. Right. So that's why he's breaking it down, saying Elias already came, being John the Baptist, right, as prophesied for the first time, and then second time through Abba Bivens, all right, through the prophecy. All right, Matthew 17:13 says, Then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist. So then it says, then the disciples understood. Right, they obtained that understanding. Okay, meaning the Spirit supped with them, and that he spake of John the Baptist. So they now understood the breakdown. Again, then what they understood, they saw the unseen. The people don't know what if you explain this to an average Joe, they'd think you were bugged out, man. You know what I mean? They would think he was bugged out. But we only are able to attain this because of what we're about to read into this next phase. It says, Matthew 17:14 is that when they were come to the multitude there came to him a certain man, kneeling down to him, saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed. Right, he had devils on him. For oft times he falleth into the fire and off the water. All right, it says, off into the water. And I brought him to the disciples, and they could not cure him. Then Yahawashi answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, right? Because it's about our faith, which activates our the power within us. Which, what is the power within us? The power within us is Yahawah, Yahawashi. He said the kingdom of heaven is within you, right? Yahawashi is within us. We can do all things through Hamashiach, Yahawashi, who strengthens us because he's in us. But the faith, it activates that. It turns it allows Yahawashi to know that you've entered into the building, or you rung the doorbell, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like you now you can go into the building, all right, the house of faith, you know, and so forth. You know what I'm saying? By what or the house of Yahweh, because your faith was you knocking on the door, man. Your faith is your belief, okay, and that's how we're going to get up out of this thing. It says, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Yahweh shall rebuke the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Yahweh shall display power, man. It says, then came the disciples to Yahweh shall apart, right, off to the side, and said, why could not we cast him out, right? And what did Yahweh shall say? And Yahweh shall said unto, because of your unbelief, right? The reason why the world can't see what we talk about and they can't see what we prophesy and what we say is because they don't have no belief in the Most High. They don't have no belief in the scriptures, man. That's why they can't see the things that we can see, man. Lord willing, we are part of that number. They can't see the unseen. They can't see a man coming out the sky with a big white beard and white fro and dark skin and eyes and power and chariots and laser beams and WW3 and us being risen up with great power, hunting men out of caves, and they them going into shackles, and bro, they can't see that, man, because they don't have no belief in Yahweh, Yahawashi. So they can't see the unseen. You see, that's why they can't be prophets, because the prophets see the unseen. They see what's going to happen in the future to come, man. They see the book for what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? They see the unseen. That's again an example of what we of seeing the unseen is what we read starting with the first verse on down, man. So finishing this part out, it says, Yahweh shall say unto them, because of your unbelief, man. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove. Now a mustard seed is very, very small compared to a mountain. He said, Yahweh said, if you have that much faith, you can remove a gigantic mountain. Meaning, no matter how big the problem was, or is, or whatever is in your face or in your way, David and Goliath type of vibration, man. Ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by what? By prayer and fasting. Okay, and it's steps and level to that, because the world, people pray in the world, they fast in the world, but why can't they obtain this type of this degree of visual? Because it's levels to even prayer and fasting. Everything has this everything has its increments and measurements, which is calculated properly for us to get to as close as we can to being amongst Yahweh, Yahawashi in this realm. Everything's been calculated to the T. So even down to the prayer and to the fasting, and even down to the doctrine and how you receive the doctrine, which, you know what I'm saying, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So real quick, let me go to we got a couple more to close out. Mark 8. You know what I mean? Mark 8. And I'm going to just read, going straight to the point. Mark 8:24, it says, all right, let me start at, no. Let me start at, man. You go into this chapter, you know, read the chapter, you know what I mean? It's dealing with the miracles that Yahawashi did, all right, with the loaves and everything. Let me just go straight to the point. Let me go to Mark 8, and then let's start at 20. Let's start at 21. And he said unto them, how is it that ye do not understand? He Salakia. Let's start at 22. And he cometh to Bethsaida, and they bring a blind man unto him and besought him to touch him. It says, and he took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the town. And when he had spit on his eyes and put his hands upon him, he asked him if he saw aught. Right? It says, and he looked up and he said, I see men as trees walking. So when Yahawashi was performing this another miracle, you saw how he did it, and then he put his hand on his man's eyes, and then now the man, he's asking, now, can you see? And then the man said he see men walking as trees. So he was able to tap into the spiritual side of things, and he was able to see something that other people around him could not see. Remember, so if you're paying attention, he said, I see men as trees walking. Okay. It says, and after that, he put his hands again upon his eyes and made him look up. And he was restored and saw every man clearly, because the scripture says what? Thy faith have made thee whole. That's what the scriptures say. So Lord willing, we can get that, because the faith is what restores you. The belief in the prayer, because we started off with Hebrews 11:6. When you come to the Father, you must believe that he is. So that is what allows you to see the unseen. You see, you can see the troops coming in. You can see your family turning on you because the lack thereof, man. You can see, anything happening in that day as the scriptures break it down, man. You can see everything the scriptures are saying playing out because you believe. You have to stand on something, So it says after that he put his hands again upon his eyes. And made him look up, and he was restored. He saw every man clearly. He was able to tap into something that other people around him wasn't able to tap in because of his belief. That's because you remember the only reason he was restored and healed, okay, is so others may believe, okay, and two, but because he believed, man. You thought Yahawashi didn't know that he believed? Of course he knew he believed. That's why he healed him. He was restored, man. And he sent him away to his house, saying, neither go into the town nor tell it to any in the town. Because remember, he saw the unseen, man. You know what I'm saying? When you go to matter of fact, again, I quoted that. So let's go to Matthew 5. Let's start at 24. It says, leave there thy gift. So it's like it. It says, 23. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, there rememberest that thy brother have aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then let's jump down. It's like it, bear with me. I want to get more into the point. All right, let's go to Salakia. Oh shit, that's why Salakia. I'm thinking of Mark 5, Salakia. Let's go to Mark 5, and then we're gonna go to 24, because I'm like, I know I wanted to start up a little bit. Yeah, Khan, the water, Yahawashi, Mark 5 and 24. And Yahawashi went with him, and much people followed him and thronged him. And a certain woman, which had an issue of blood 12 years, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and was nothing better, but rather grew worse. When she had heard of Yahawashi, came in the press behind and touched his garment. For she said, if I may touch but his clothes, I should be whole. That's faith. That's the belief. She saw the unseen. She saw, because she's sick. So she saw a future. Well, she saw herself being whole. She knew and believed on YAHWSHI. So her faith made her whole. It restored her. She believed in YAHWSHI. It says, for she said, if I may touch but his clothes. She said, if I just can touch his clothes, I should be whole. That's that faith. That's seeing the unseen. And straightway the foundation of her blood was dried up. And she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. And he says, and YAHWSHI immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him. Woo! So he felt energy come out of him. All right, when she touched his clothes. She, turned him about in the press and said, who touched my clothes? Woo, that's mighty, man. That's a mighty man right there, man. That's a mighty man. YAHWSHI is mighty, man. Man, it says Mark 5:31, and his disciples said unto him, thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou, who touched me? They were amazed. He looked around about to see her that had done this thing, but the woman fearing and trembling, woo, that's that man, that's that meek, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, daughter, thy faith have made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole of thy plague, man. See, we see Israel as a nation being whole, man. All we're doing as the prophets of the Lord is doing first and foremost the work of YAHWSHI. Secondly, man, we're telling the people, man, hey, don't think this is the end for us as a people, man. Don't think this is the end of us, man. If I may, just get one precept on that. And then we're going to go to back and then we'll close out. Just one precept on that. 2 Maccabees 7:16. It says, then looked he unto the king and said, thou hast power over men. Thou art corruptible. Thou doest what thou wilt. Yet think not that our nation is forsaken of the Most High. Don't think that the Lord has forsaken us, man. You know what I'm saying? Malachi 3:16. I change not, therefore you sons of Jacob are not consumed. Jeremiah 30, he will restore health unto thee, right? So the Lord is restoring. That's what he's doing. He's restoring health unto thee, unto us. You see, because of our faith. This ain't the end of us, man. We see the kingdom coming, man. We see victory, bro. We see victory, man. Okay? So therefore what? We're being made whole, man, of this plague, of this curse that's been placed on us. Lord willing, we're part of that elect number, man, because we're being made, we could feel the healing in our mind, man. It starts with our mind. That's the way we think, the way we talk now. That's being put into restoration. It says, while he had yet spake, there came from the ruler of the synagogue's house certain which said, thy daughter is dead. Mark 5:35. Why troublest thou the master any further? As soon as YAHWSHI heard the word that was spoken, he said unto the ruler of the synagogue, be not afraid, only believe. He's telling him what's the key. Believe. Okay? And then her action, then it's works. Faith and works. Without faith, works is dead, man. Without works, faith is so it go hand in hand. So that's what she showed. She put her work in by touching the garment, because her faith, which pushed her action. Okay, so you have to believe, then comes the action. And he suffered no man to follow him, save Peter and James and John, the brother of James. And he come into the house of the ruler of the synagogue and see the tumult and them that wept and wailed greatly. And when he was come in, he said unto them, why make ye this ado and weep? And the damsel is not dead, but sleepeth. So they're going to laugh. It says, and they laughed him to scorn. But when he had put them all out, he taketh the father and the mother of the damsel. See, again, the point of this lesson was to show you that the ones that have the faith and the belief in YAHWSHI, they're going to see the unseen in every aspect of life, from the smallest things to the greatest of things. They see them getting the job. They see them they being delivered from any situation they was in or they might have been. Okay, the faith, man, the belief. They saw the unseen. These people didn't see the unseen. That's why they laughed at him, man. They laughed. Yahawashi said that damsel's not dead, but sleepeth. They laughed, said, like, this dude tripping. So he's like, you know what? He put them all out. Because why? They had no faith. So they couldn't see the unseen. They couldn't see that she's just only sleeping. So what did he do? He took the father and the mother of the damsel. They didn't give up hope. This is why they Yahawashi, let me see if I go back up. It says 20:35, while he yet spake, there came from the ruler of the synagogue's house certain which said, thy daughter is dead, while troublest thou the master any further. Right. And so they came, they sought him. You know what I'm saying? They sought him, meaning they believe that he can make this happen. Okay. And he taketh the father and the mother of the damsel and them that were with him, and entereth in where the damsel was lying. And he took the damsel by the hand and said unto her, Talitha, come, which is being interpreted, damsel, I say unto thee, arise. And straightway the damsel arose and walked, for she was of the age of 12 years, which is spiritual. And they were astonished with a great astonishment. And he charged them straightly that no man should know it. Because again, why? First of all, this is how the Yahawashi deal with his people, man, his men. That world, that's why they're gonna scoff. They're not gonna believe you. Even when if you did it in their face, they're not gonna believe you. So we do things in secret so that other things can be displayed properly in the open. And that's why after every account that I've read thus far, what did Yahawashi do after every account? He said, charge them straightly that no man should know it. Right? Yahawashi he does certain things behind the door. Like, in order for us to know breakdowns and different things about history and be able to teach it, we had to go into the background and study and become a student and go into definitions, and the spirit had to sup with us. You see? Okay, so when we go out into the public, we're not sitting here telling people how Yahawashi sup with us. You're just gonna know it. We don't have to break it down. You see what I'm saying? We break down what was given to us, and then we break that down. See what I'm saying? We don't have to go into the details on, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, you know what I did, man? I prayed 5 times this morning, then I prayed 5 times that. No, bro, that's so Yahawashi, but that shows you how Yahawashi deals though. And he charged them strictly that no man should know it, and commanded that something should be given her to eat, man. So, and because of their faith and their belief, only a certain specific people could be in that frame when Yahawashi did that miracle. You see what I'm saying? And that act that was being done. So they saw the unseen. They was able to see what other people can see. That's why Yahawashi, again, he kicked those individuals out. Like, man, niggas, he kicked them out, man. And said, get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all some niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why Yahawashi said in Matthew 10, hey, if they can't receive you, you what? You wipe the dust off your feet and keep it pushing. Because they can't see the unseen, man. They can't receive what you. That's why the scriptures talk about if you have ears to hear, or if they understand that I'm here. It talks about that over and over and over again. If you have understanding, because why? It goes into the things that are unseen. That's gonna make the difference in the future to come, man. The unseen. Because right now you can't see why Yahawashi, and you see chariots more so popping up more than ever now, but you can't see the angels that's driving them. You can't see you know what I mean, other things, man, you know, that the scriptures talk about, but they're about to soon manifest themselves. A lot of times people haven't never seen a demon before, but they you know what I'm saying, they, you know, you believe they exist, and then they manifest themselves and different things, angels and so forth and so forth, you know. But to close out, this is 2 Corinthians 4:18. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Right? The things that are not seen are eternal. So we see the unseen, meaning we see the internal things. We see the things of immortality. We see things of life. And therefore that means if we see things of life, that means we see things how YAHWSHI sees them, why YAHWSHI sees them. That's what the marking of exemption is. The why is the mark, meaning that mindset, the mental capacity, or the mental state that one has. That's that the why. That the elect men and the large multitude of men, women, and children, the believers. That's the mindset they're gonna have. They're gonna have the mindset of YAHWSHI. You see, the Lord is gonna look upon them and see that mindset. That's like the blood on the doorpost, the first Passover, and the Lord passed over. Okay, the blood was that first lamb, or represent, you know what I'm saying, and then YAHWSHI became the blood, or he became that lamb, which he shed his blood. He is the lamb, all right, and he shed his blood, and you have that now. You have that mindset, that blood on your mind, which is your doorpost. Okay, because that's what that's why YAHWSHI goes into Revelations 3. He said, if any man, he said, I stand at the door and knock. And then he's, matter of fact, let's get there and we close with that. I want to butcher Revelations 3:20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's where that comes from. So now you got the blood on your doorpost, meaning YAHWSHI, his sacrifice upon thy mind. Okay, you know why he sacrificed himself. You understand the deeper things. Okay, you're walking in him. So now he's able to have that protection over you. So when he come again, he can pass over you, man. That's what the why is, that mark of exemption. All right. So the prophets are seers and they can see the unseen. The believers, they can see the unseen. They're an attachment to the body of YAHWSHI, man. But it starts with that government of the body, which is right, you know, obviously the order, YAHWSHI, you know what I'm saying? All right, the elect, all right, the 12 apostles, you know, obviously King David, the 12 apostles, you know what I'm saying? And then all the way down the line, man. You know what I'm saying? The angels and so forth, all the way down the line. That you got that order, man, and that's that body, that's that one accord that it talks about when YAHWSHI pray for us in St. John 17, man. So, hey, man, Lord willing, you know what I'm saying, this quick lesson, well, it wasn't that quick, but Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all honor and glory, you know, infinite praise and worship to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWSHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors again to our apostles, our elders, great millstone, who will teach you in sound doctrine, strong shalom, to the hopeful elect and the rest of the large multitude, men and children, that the Lord will have mercy on these last days. Again, it's your brother Qadash, a Muafla Babal, DTA, man, soon, man. You know what I'm saying? Soon. Because why? Because we see the unseen, man. Shalom.